Alright folks, we decided to try and install the UpHere CPU Cooler, which amazingly had no instructions in the box. So we're going to make some assumptions. These little plastic gizmos here, I'm going to assume they go in there. And then we've got this guy here, this ring. Maybe they go in after the ring. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Almost looks like maybe I should put the ring in first. Let me try and take these out first. Okay, so not really sure this is right, but put the ring down, put the little plastic clear inserts in there, and at least, you know, my engineering mind tells me this is the way to go. Now, who knows what we're supposed to do next? so I put that in place, latched it down, but then all the little plastic gizmos popped out of the holes, and so I know that's not right. So I think we're gonna have to take the fan off. All right, so try again. So we put the black ring in, then the clear plastic inserts through the hole, then these little plastic rivets, put them in place. Now the ring is in there pretty good. So I'm going to see if I can attach the good old, looks like this could go 4 different ways on here. This was very frustrating, very frustrating. So I had to turn it 90 degrees, and there's all kinds of stuff that is can cause basically a conflict. There's at least I would say 2 ways to mount this. This way and then 90 degrees, and then maybe you could swap it around. So maybe there's 4 ways, but I think it's only 2. So you have to hook onto these things. There's 2 different sets of those. You can see there's obstructions in there. So I think I got it, folks, except for the fact there's no thermal paste on it. So now I got to take it off, put thermal paste on, put it back on there, and then put the fan on. All right, so we got the thermal paste on. This thing's a bear to take off. It's a pain to put on, bear to take off. It appears they've given me 2 sets of these because they're probably expecting me to break some. So I don't know if I'll recommend this, folks, but you know, at least it's on, and it's on there pretty secure, so that's good. Now let's get the fan back on. All right, fan is back on, and we have put it in this orientation. Not sure it's the best orientation, but I may swap it later. But for now, it's where it is. And final step is to plug the CPU fan in, and I'm going to have to eventually tie that off, but for now that's the way it looks. So all right, we will eventually take some video of it running, and get an idea whether it's keeping the CPU cool. Just installed a i5-9400F into a MSI Z370-A Pro motherboard. So this is normally an 8th gen motherboard, and usually they've been preaching, you know, that you need a BIOS update. A lot of times they say, you know, you may need an 8th gen, which does occasionally happen, but in this case it booted up with a 9th gen. So go look at the system info screen. There is, we'll just point out a couple things. There's our processor, the i5-9400F, and BIOS version 2.40 from March 8th of 2018. Okay, so that's freaking old. And there's my motherboard, Z370-A Pro. Just so you guys can see that in case you are wondering about buying the Z370-A Pro motherboard and getting a 9th gen chip in there. Now, I can't say this works for all the 9th gen, but if you're looking at the i5-9400F, you should be good to go. Most likely, you'll actually buy one of these, and it will have a newer BIOS on it than what is shown here. But next video, I'm actually going to update the BIOS because we want the 9th gen chip to run as good as it can. Now, if you find that you don't have any issues with it, it's not something you want to mess with because you can wreck your motherboard. So that said, good luck to you. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you. All right, folks. So got the UpHere CPU cooler in, and this computer is pretty freaking quiet. It's running. You can see the lights. We have Windows up. Matter of fact, the only thing I can really hear in here is the this little GPU that's in here. So the UpHere CPU cooler is whisper quiet. I've got some cable management to do. So if you're going to comment, know that I'm aware of it. I just put this together. We've got definitely to move around some cables. One thing, when I was putting this together, I like sometimes to build these things on the outside. This CPU cooler can actually be installed inside of the case, and it may be better because you're going to want to install your CPU power beforehand because it's really hard to get around. I had to actually take out my one of my fans just to be able to reach it, which I got to put that back in. But yeah, everything is running pretty good. No complaints with it so far.